Okay. Hi, friends. I think let me just double check. I know Discord is not on. Let me so you can hear everybody.
So that we can tell people that Mark is a cutie.
That's right. That's
Aw, you guys are cuties.
right. Jen, I know you. Jen's the best. She cannot watch. She cannot watch. She can't even watch Phasmophobia, but yeah, here she is. Yeah, here she is. Oh my god! A cool cat badge. Watch to redeem.
Yep.
We got drops. We got them drops. Earn rewards, streamers. What is this question marks though? I know I need to be in a room. Okay, X out there. Am I in a room already? No, I'm in a room by myself.
In the Discord where we have the chat or the call is the code.
Okay, I'm gonna leave whatever game I'm in.
Hey, that totally went in. That should have counted.
What? Say
It
what?
should have.
1, 2, 3, 4. Noise, noise, noise. Smoking weed, doing coke,
Are you
drinking
two gonna
beers,
do
drinking beers,
shared chat?
Hi, Silver. You're a shithead, but I love you. Hi, Zach.
Doesn't show whether you owe me, oh. Oh, we, oh.
I'm
Aww.
doing good. Finally playing Phasmophobia again, so I can take a break from sharks.
I love it.
mean, there could be a shark ghost in here.
It could be. Okay, hold on. I need to go. Where do I go? Into the.
You go into multiplayer, join private room, is where you add the code that is in
So
our
I go
Discord
up
call.
to the. I walk up to the little thing, to the clip, to the clipboard.
Yep. Click on
Multiplayer. Oh my god! You mean the big giant thing that
Hi,
says
Zach. Can you hear me now?
multiplayer?
Then you go join private
I
room.
got it. All right. Hey, we're streaming. We're
And then there's the code, and then you
streaming.
call Merc a cutie.
Oh
No,
yes.
no.
Uh-oh.
That's not how that works.
And then you two decide if you want to do shared chat.
Mersecutie. No code in clipboard.
You can't
Next.
prove
I
that.
don't.
Hi, Silver. You're a shithead, but I love you. I forgot I have my headset muted like a dumbass. I promise I wasn't ignoring you.
There we go. We're joining. Yeah. Hey, where's my cool ass? Hold on.
I'm doing all right. Get to play Phasmophobia with awesome friendo, so I don't have to worry about sharks trying to eat me.
That's right.
No, they should make Phasmophobia with sharks. Your
That-
biggest fear.
Now that would be pretty badass, honestly. Phasmophobia with sharks? Yes.
That would be crazy.
The sharks don't bother me no more. I just hang out in the ocean now. They just kind of. Desensitization is really awesome.
Here, Jen, so that way you can I gotta start Jen's jams so that way she'll have something to do. At least she'll have something she can play. You know the oh, and I have spooky lighting. Hold on. Oh wait. I gotta remember my my setting. Hold on. What is it? BV. Okay. I depressed. BV. Ooh. Now I'm all spooky and purple. Purple backlighting. Ooh.
What's the truth?
Don't I look so cool? Oh, I know I have, wait. Discord chat. One of these should be.
Phasmo with the Reaper from Subnautica 2. Yeah, that would be a true nightmare for me. I won't lie to you.
No. Oh, no. Hold on. I gotta go to.
Hi, Dragon.
What? What happened?
You know what you did.
Do I?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, you do.
One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, motherfucker.
Okay, are we ready?
Accept.
Do the posture check. Oh, thank you, Silver.
We are notifying the followers. I've muted my mic. Everything is good. We're sharing the chat. Oh, all I have is my sources. Oh, Mark! I have you a copy. Well, then I'm going to put you here. And then in Puka's place is going to go the Draguti. Yay! Now you guys are like on my screen. It's like pals. And you'll light up when you talk. Woo! Okay. Now I'm done. I'm done. I promise.
Okay.
I'm done fucking around. Okay. So play. Ready up. Let's go.
I'm always ready.
Oh, what am I readying up for? Oh, Tanglewood.
No, Tanglewood. We gotta ready up again.
Oh, ready. I'm ready. Oh, hi. Wow. It's like looking right up someone's nose there.
Yep, that's how it works.
No, how big the track is, it doesn't spawn us in different spots, just all in one.
I know.
Correct.
I know. That was like, I'm like, hi. I was looking right up somebody's nose. Okay, where's my...
I find it funny that for whatever reason, the default, character that they select you for is like the African American guy.
Oh.
So
I'm gonna pick that up. Give me.
I just look at it and it slowly phases from the one character to
Oh, like
whatever the customized character is.
Yeah, it's kind of like the VTuber, when you like, if like VTuber, like they change your outfit or something, you know what I mean? They're like, oh, wait a minute, what? I have two flashlights in my...
You can dual wield flashlights now?
Yeah, look at me.
Interesting.
Pow.
I have not played since before.
Ooh, that was on the floor. That was...
Oh, nice. I already found the first object and the bone.
I feel like it's gonna be a hallway ghost.
It's in this room right here. On my breath.
I'm way off then.
Of
Of course, creepy child ghost. That works.
Oh, we love, don't we? It's just perfect. Oh, no, I didn't want to throw that. I wanted to, like, actually, like, place it properly. Thank you. F, I think. Uncrouch. G. I'll get it. I'll get it. I'll get it. R. To
C is
place.
crouch, I think.
Yeah, but to place an object, like if I wanted to put the book down and have it like be open for writing.
That would be
F. F. Okay, so I just need to find a spot where it'll let me place it down then. There. Okay, there I see the book. Okay. I wasn't seeing like the outline.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you can like, apparently you can dual wield the flashlights. Or maybe this is like a UV flashlight? No. It's really weird. It's kind of funny. Oh, bony. I like the name of some of these things. Good, they're good. Bony. I got my bony walkie-talkie box. Ooh, oh. Oh, there's ghost writing.
Ghost writing, yeah. And it looks like EMF 5.
Heck yeah.
Well, that's good off the bat. Oh.
Okay.
It stepped in salt immediately, but I didn't see any footprints.
Okay, so EMF 5, ghost writing.
Let's see.
I didn't see orbs.
Oh, this camera's having a freak out over here.
Threw that camera at someone.
Yeah.
Anyone got a photo camera taking photos of evidence?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Cool.
I just got dots.
Noise. So
The dildo cat. I've never got that yet.
Nice, neither have I.
Well, that was quick.
maze, yeah.
Ooh.
You want to test the luck, or you get some more evidence?
What do we need evidence-wise?
A photo of any successful EMF reading, 2 unique paranormal sounds. Really spooky and that's right. The club is. I feel the block just as what I got. So,
I ain't promiscuous.
That's right.
Right, sure, we all believe that.
Taste it, taste it.
Babe, you might need drugs soon. I mean, not relatively right now, but soon.
Oh, you gotta tell me.
We're making crazy. We're making Sam crazy.
Oh, I do that very easily.
Well. I mean, as a spouse partner, that's like kind of like a job we all have. I mean, it's like, you know.
That's what I told her.
True.
Yeah.
You know, we annoy each other. We have our ways, right? Ooh. Ooh.
Okay.
I saw the ghost walk right through the dots. That was so cool. Oh, the little by the if you look and the dollhouse is moving too. Like there's a little block by the dollhouse that was levitating.
Nice. I love that it tells you what it's trying to record now.
Mm-hmm.
No, I noticed that. I like that.
We got a duplicate object thrown.
What the heck, Mark?
I'm trying my darndest, okay? I got motion sensed at least.
That's good. Let's see.
So supposedly there's a watch where you can see your sanity that I'm supposed to ignore.
What? Really?
I can't see mine on my screen.
Huh?
A watch?
Did one of you say that there was like they were adding a watch so you could see your sanity from anywhere?
No.
Yeah.
Really? That's cool.
Yeah, when you open up the journal, you're supposed to be able to see your watch and it'll show you everyone's sanity, but for some reason it doesn't show anymore.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it just
I
shows
know.
everybody's cards, but not the like your sanity level.
That's what would make this game like just that much better, in my opinion, if they did that. That way you don't have to be going back and forth to the truck and stuff.
Yeah.
Dragon.
Absolutely. Dragon's gonna need some meds soon.
Yeah, that sounds
don't-
about right.
I'm fine.
I'm fine. Sure.
What a good thought.
As if as you hear
Darn object thrown.
I want to get some ghost sounds. They
I
were
have-
walking around in
I
this.
have 38% sanity. I don't need meds.
I got
Ooh.
that on camera.
Oh, I think I got it on the parabolic too.
Dragon, every time I leave you alone in the house and I turn around, you're dead. Every single time.
I don't
Like,
know what
without
you're talking
fail.
Ah! The stupid doors. When will I ever learn?
You all need medicine.
Hi, Ghost.
Everyone needs
Ark.
Shadow Ghost. Hi, Ghost.
Why won't the door open?
Ah,
I can't get out.
There you go.
that's
Oh,
interesting.
it was a pull. It was a pull and not a push.
So I'm not sure what
Tee.
the control on council is, but I'm looking at my watch right now.
Oh, seriously?
For mouse and keyboard, it's hold H.
Hmm.
Where do you see, the video?
Oh, go back to the journal where you were. Then go to media. And then use the directional pad.
So maybe it's a directional pad or something, or one of the.
Where's
It
where?
doesn't tell you who, but it shows the different colors and relative how.
Oh, okay. It's left on the D-pad if you hold it down.
Auto aim. No, I need. Oh, okay, yay. Okay. So we need two more, like, looks like one more photo and two more recordings.
And then probably some. Yeah, one more photo.
Wobbly,
and
wobbly,
2
wobble.
audios.
Ooh. That was the worst ooh I've ever done.
Ooh,
How long?
ooh.
I mean, it was still pretty cute, Merc.
Yeah, always cute.
Who is this blue crazy person that has like no sanity?
Blue.
Probably me. I got the last photo. There's a
Okay,
burn proof
so
defense.
we just need audio recording.
Yeah. Oh. All right. I volunteers. Ooh, tribute. You can't jump anymore? Shut up.
Oh, it's okay. We need to just.
I got one audio recording. If it just walk through the room, that would be nice.
That's why I couldn't open the doors. I was hitting the wrong button.
What's the ghost
That would've
name?
hurt.
Ghost. What? If you press T.
Okay, so we got a burned crucifix.
And what was the
Recording
watch
audio.
thing again? Tab something?
If you hold H.
H?
Yep, hold H.
Uh-huh. Oh, wow! Look at that! Come on, rock yo. Yes. Leave me alone with the ghost. Thanks, guys. Whoa, something's happening in here. If I die, it's for the good of the game.
Whoever is blue is 1%. Yeah. Well,
That's Merc.
I'll be fine.
Famous last word.
Do we want to head out and do another one?
Yeah. I think we got
I
a
went really long.
I think we got a lot of good evidence on this one. I mean, and the fact that you can, you know, have 2 flashlights is kind of cool. Oh, thank you for cleansing the area before we go. That's so amazing.
That's
So
probably a smart thing to do. as a
so
ghost
witchy
hunter.
of you. No, that's like so awesome.
Cleansing the area.
Yes.
Yep.
We disturbed the ghost. We need to cleanse. You know, make sure we
Yeah.
leave no what's it? Residue. Oh my god, my XP is just like brrr. It just keeps on going. Heck yeah.
That's good.
Yep. Okay. Wait, how do I want to fix my badge. How do
If you go over to the computer, down to customization.
Okay. Everybody. Who did you? Oh, you did shots. I'm like, who did shots? Dragon. Everybody hydrate. Shots. 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 Everybody. Okay, I'll do it later. Are we doing Edgefield again?
There
Ready?
you go.
Wow.
Ready?
Merc RRing to edging in a field.
Yeah, typically. No better place to do it.
Hey. Some of our first experiences have been in a field, okay? No better place to have an experience than in an abandoned
Brown.
field. Jan,
Yeah, nothing better than nature.
right? The bug bites.
That just enhances the experience.
Exactly. Oh man, this is a creepala house.
The cursed object.
Power's on.
On the curse object already?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, but hello, light bulb. Hello, hello, hello. I can't. Jeez, y'all are fast. Maybe it's because I have something in my hand.
And a bone.
Heck yeah. Who's in that house? Anybody here?
Merc's trying to lock me in the basement.
I gotta keep you safe.
Near. It's close to midnight. Ooh, here we go. Here's a good place for it. No, won't let me put it down. Oh,
Well, I found something.
where?
I'm gonna do too.
What's happened?
It was in the bathroom upstairs. I
Mmm.
got a video of the shadow ghost.
Yeah, when I was in this room right beside it, I heard a ghost.
Yeah, one just whispered to me sensually.
Nice. The sink in the bathroom next to it. Right here. Look at that sink. And
Did
it's
you get a
running
picture of
the...
it?
And I see my
Ooh.
breath in here. So I'm gonna guess it's this
Where?
room.
Yeah. 4
Yeah,
degrees
heard.
in there.
Oh, it's a bathroom ghost. Cool.
Possibly just this whole room. Because this room is also
I saw that.
Yeah.
So it
What
could
are you
be
saying,
like both, like in between the bathroom and this room. Oh, it's this room. There we go.
I just got some kind of evidence.
yeah.
Oh, ghost orbs.
Nice.
Which one?
I
The
keep.
Yeah. Orbs of ghost.
Oh,
And
it,
I have dying teammate.
it killed me
Oh. Nice.
as I was
Okay.
so.
Killing you.
I concentrated. I was so concentrated on putting that damn book down.
All right.
I was just, hey, I got you some evidence.
Well then,
Sanity is not doing well, guys.
everyone take your drugs. So apparently dead teammates don't count as evidence anymore for pictures.
No.
You're dead. This one.
I literally did not get what? Oh, okay, never mind. Somebody got it before I did. That makes sense. Don't listen to me.
Well,
Prevent
we have a
hunt
burnt
ghost-
crucifix now.
It blew out this one.
Oh, that I was holding a crucifix. Maybe it when I dropped. Would I drop items?
I mean, you do drop it, but a different one burnt. Set that
Okay.
one up.
I got
What
you.
do we
You
still
like
need?
placed it down.
Evidence.
Evidence.
That is true. Have we got anything besides ghost orbs?
I don't think so. I mean, we have a dead teammate.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, we got ghost rating.
Oh, heck
okay,
yeah.
so
Okay. So that's
something.
2. So we have Revenant or Thick or Mare.
I will
Let's see.
test from there.
They upon entering location become active, defensive, and agile. They weaken over time, making them slower. Okay, so we'll need ghost orbs, ghost writing, and dots for Thay. Revenant.
Well, this thing is
Ghost
very
orb,
angry.
ghost riding, freezing temps for Revenant.
Anyone got a thermometer on them?
Mare.
It's gone
Spirit
as low
box,
as a 1
ghost
degree.
orbs,
Celsius.
and ghost writing.
It has not gone below yet.
We haven't had any spirit box, any action, right?
I don't know if we've tried.
Okay.
I can try. I'll sacrifice myself.
Because one of the things, so either it's going to be, oh, shit, who died?
Dragon?
Oh, no.
Run, Dave. I'll do spirit box. Are you here?
So,
Oh, we got spirit box. I'm out. I'm out. Goodbye, ghost.
Merc
So-
just wanted me dead.
It was spirit box.
with the
Yes.
mare.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is not my fault you stood closer to the ghost.
You know, the fact that Trinity's at 35 still and not like you at 8.
I never had much sanity to begin with. We all had mare.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm in here as spirit. I'm not being left behind. Yay! I think we did it, guys.
But at what cost?
I know. Motion sensor. You should have put a motion sensor on. Why did the thriller stop? Why did my whole hello?
Hello?
Oh, okay.
Hello?
Sorry. I'm like
Pick
my
up some
music.
water. I'll be right back.
Okay. What happened to my Oh, here we go. Okay, paste. All right, I had to redo the what's it called? The jam link, the link for the jam, because
Was Spotify being mean?
yeah, it like stopped playing. So Jen's jams, we were listening to what's it called? We're listening to Thriller. Thriller. Such a good
Oh, I like Michael
song.
Jackson.
Yeah. And that's a Thriller. That's so weird. You could only add one song?
Because Merc won't admit he's cute.
That is not the reason, and you know it.
I mean, until we're proven wrong, that's clearly the reason. We ready?
We're gonna replay Thriller. Oh, here we go. I got the cue back, Jen. I got your jams back. Ready?
I have had Epic the Musical stuck in my head since like Tuesday.
What's that?
Do you not
Epic
know
the
what
Musical? Mm-mm.
So Epic the Musical is someone they took the Odyssey and made a musical out of it.
Oh wow! No way.
It has been so long since I've watched The Odyssey.
I had to read the Odyssey. Like Homer's Iliad and the Odyssey. Oh.
Yep, like Homer Simpson's Iliad and Odyssey.
Ouch. Make brain hurts.
So, most of my Greek knowledge comes from God of War.
I found summoning from Bone.
Most of mine comes from my father, but just being like, Greeks invented everything, and it's so true. Like that whole thing, my big fat Greek wedding, like that dad was like my dad. Like honestly, like my dad thinks the Greeks invented all the things. He's an interesting man, to say the least.
I mean, they did have a big influence on a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't surprise me if they did.
Yeah, and he's, and like words, he's like, Kalo means good. Like da-da-da.
there's a summoning circle downstairs.
Upstairs bathroom.
Upstairs bathroom. Coming.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Oh, yeah, I see where she's at.
I don't.
That's because you're not up here yet.
Rude.
I think I got ghost orb. Not entirely sure if that got picked up.
Oh, I gotta go around this way. Get lost very easily.
See any ghost orbs?
Media for ghost orbs.
Yep, we got a ghost orbs.
Hell yeah. Sweet. So it's a bathroom ghost.
Again.
Maybe they died. Yeah, they died. Like in a little dookie dukes.
Maybe.
They had some business. It's like an Elvis situation. The salt. Like they walked through the salt. I just saw it. How cool. I don't have a camera. I would have taken a photograph of it, but
I mean, there's cameras up there.
Oh, you're right. My God, look at all this cool stuff in here. Look at all this cool equipment. Man, I wonder if I could grab this camera. Why can I not get a camera in the sink? Do I have the camera?
I think we both grabbed the camera at the same time because my camera's not even working.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got it. It's in my hand, and that was weird. Dirty water.
Now my hand looks like it's broken.
Oh, we got UV. Oh.
Babe, can you see my hand?
Yes, I can.
Does it look broken?
Yeah, actually.
The ghost assaulted me.
Did someone get a picture of this?
Got it.
Wait, why do I have a camera now?
I know.
I'm confused.
It's weird.
It might be.
It's just teleporting this shit all over in between our hands. Okay, so we have, what was it again? Our evidence?
Ultraviolet.
Ultraviolet. Yes. Ghost orbs.
Oh, we never got a picture of the ultraviolet. We need more salt.
Ghost orb and ultraviolet.
Perfect.
I'm grabbing some more salt.
Yeah, it's getting salty in here.
The evil of the thriller.
Well, let me pick up anything.
I got ghost sound.
What sound does a ghost make?
Let me. Elosh or something? But that's what it sounded like. Elosh. All right, now I do not have a camera this time, so whoever has camera.
Me. Footprints. Boom. Got it.
Sweet.
Okay, I'm gonna try to get a video of them stepping in it.
Ooh.
Of course, it was like immediately.
Yeah. As soon as you put the stuff down, they're like boop boop boop.
Okay, I got a video of it.
I love that there's one called Obake, because like Obake in Japan are like the cutest little ghosts. Like they're like these little like puffy little guys. They're so cute, like all the little characters. All the Obake merch is like these just cutie little ghosts that would never hurt. Look like they would never scare you or hurt you.
Until they're in Phasmophobia and then they all want us dead.
Yeah, you know, hey. Ooh, 30. Oh, I'm
Are you
so glad
here?
I came in. I need a
Are
med.
you friendly?
Swim.
Where are you?
I would
And we
need
got
swim
Spirit Box.
medicine. Yes. Spirit box. Cormos. The hell?
Are you alright in there, Merg?
I am now.
Cormos are
So,
have
up to
incredibly strong hearing. They're nearly
Yeah, they're
blind.
blind.
Cool.
If you stand like perfectly still during a hunt, they should just like leave you alone.
Really?
Yeah. Zach says, I love the new Easter egg on the new map. Well, now you gotta tell me what Easter egg is.
Yeah, Easter egg. What?
No.
Curiosity.
Also, hello, Zach. Hopefully Zach can hear us. Okay, well.
Wow, this bathroom is like lit up like a disco.
Well,
Oh, the cameras.
I'm gonna leave the house before the person who has like no sanity that's blue gets us all killed.
Was that me?
Yeah, I wonder who that guy is.
I always go the wrong way. Stairs are tricky, man.
I don't know what you're talking about. My sanity's at like 35, 50. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it.
Okay,
Merc.
okay. There we go. There we go. I found this. I found that.
You just take 2, Merc. You're gonna get jet killed.
I took 3.
Now you're really gonna get jet killed.
I'm running. I'm running. I'm running. La 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 la. Don't stop till you get enough. Don't stop till you get enough.
Up, Dragon's going back up to the evil room. Wait, what evidence do we
Is
still
the
need?
crucifix burned?
Oh, object thrown. The camera got thrown. I wasn't recording it.
said the quick stuff from.
Well, this guy's a bitch.
Back left, New Willow Street.
They're hot.
Hot take, you love the new map.
Oh, someone died.
It did not care about the word that Sam can't say.
Uh-oh.
Wait, what?
All I know is I've done nothing wrong.
Mark caused a hunt.
I did not. If you go to the back left room on the New Willow Street and stand in the closet, note it's always open, and stand in the side closet. Close the door. You hear a cat meow and purr every 20 to 30 seconds. It makes sense with all the cat theme stuff. Hot take, I love the new map. I like cars. I'm assuming you mean I like cats.
Oh poopy, oh poopy. I can hear the noise. I'm getting out of here. Or the heartbeat thing.
It's okay, Zach. I like cats too.
Uh-huh.
Who is this? So who died?
Dragon died.
Because Merc caused a haunt by using the summoning circle.
That is not true in the absolute slightest.
That died?
Ooh. How much sanity? What's my sanity? Oh, my sanity is 0. I'm hanging out here.
Yeah, babe, you kind of want to.
Love you,
wanna torment
pals. My friends are saying, shut up, Jenny, just get in the car. I just wanna be right where you are. This song.
Oh, you're already buffing.
This
So we
song
have
is
core mode?
good, but like TikTok kind of ruined it for me.
Dragon, how could you?
How could I what?
Provide
Oh,
such false evidence.
clip. Oh, be careful, because if you say, like that Twitch, it will do it.
Oh,
If you say the magic words, clip that Twitch.
that's only if you have that feature turned off. Or
Ah,
turned on.
I
But
forgot
that's
to
what-
turn it
Alpha
off.
program.
My phone likes to fudge at me. I really enjoy this new update. I think it's fun too.
Merc got me killed, so I don't know.
I've done nothing.
There's proof.
That clip is a lie.
Oh, the
I
new Willow.
rewound your stream and got the clip.
You cheated.
That's not cheating.
Boop, 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 boop,
But yeah, being able to say to have Twitch do that and it'll auto clip is a alpha program right now.
Alpha program. What does alpha program mean?
It means
Zach,
that
I read that first message so wrong.
they're testing it and they're only letting certain people at a time do it.
Something like special or something?
Yeah.
Wow.
Ada. You happy
No,
now, dear?
save.
Yeah.
No. I did my character and I liked it, and then
I believe in you,
My-
Zach.
save.
I know you can spell.
ID card holder. Save. Nothing selected. No, okay. Boop,
Yeah,
boop,
I'll do
boop.
that.
Customization. Save. Why isn't it?
Okay, now where is this stupid app I had to download?
I spell swell.
That's the stupid app I had to download. No, I don't want notifications. Sure, I'll put my name down on this thing I don't want. Because apparently my dad wants it.
She's alright. That girl's alright with me. Sorry.
Okay. Ready for Willow Street, and we can check out this Easter egg that calls Mark a cutie.
Super freak, she's super freaky.
Well, unless you know how to speak cat, you wouldn't be able to know if the cat's saying that or not.
Let's go.
I do. I have a cat. I know how to speak cat.
I'm excited to see the new Willow.
I know, I haven't seen this map yet.
I love how we have like the twin dudes or twin dudes.
Well, I blame Niffy because when we first started playing with Niffy, we all had to be the same character.
That's kind of fun though. I like that.
Because we were triplet ghost hunters.
Aww.
Okay, this is like a rich person house. I don't feel like I'm allowed to be in here.
There's
It's okay, I'm coming.
cat condo. Oh my lord. You're right, this is a rich person's house.
Wow, I like the cat stuff in the living room.
Back left room, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Tea for late.
What?
This closet?
Oh my god. This is what I want to do in my house is put the
I
like
heard it.
There's an
I heard a
art
purr.
studio. Oh my
I heard
god.
another one. There's a cat in here.
Come into the art studio. There's a bunch of cat drawings.
I think there's a cat in a safe. Who the hell locks their cat in a
Oh,
safe?
that's not good for its health, Mark.
Someone give me dynamite. I will free you.
Dynamite.
Whoa.
You guys have fun hunting ghosts. I'm just gonna hang out with the cat.
The
I'm
cat
just
is the
looking
ghost.
at the whole new house in general.
It's gonna be a ghost if they leave it in the safe. That's kind of messed up.
Hmm.
Have you found the ghost? What?
Welcome in, one-eyed
No, I
nerdy.
haven't. I haven't found the. He's talking about the Mayo mod for the Mayo mod for Phasmophobia.
What is the Mayo mod? I'm curious now.
The Mayo.
Yeah?
There's a mod for Stardew Valley apparently, and it gives you more mayonnaise. And it gives you more like mayonnaise interactions or something. It's
This house got a serious upgrade, guys.
it really did.
It really did.
I like it.
Like, I'm not even hunting the ghost at this point. I'm just admiring this person's house.
I know, like, dang, it's not like dripping like
They have
Freddy
a
ceiling.
fucking pool table,
Yeah.
an arcade machine, darts, and a bar. I'm down here. You guys do what you want.
This looks because look at the cat thing on the wall. There.
Wait, down
I'm
here?
just-
One-eyed nerdy. Yeah, we all got a hit on the ghosts.
Yeah,
One beer, two beer,
we'd love.
three beer.
Why did the lights
There's
go off? Who
wine.
turned the lights off? This
Oh.
place is so cool, dude. Oh, I can see my breath in here. Facts. No one can afford this house. You know?
Cobras.
Damn.
Who are the Cobras?
With the fully furnished. Is this a fully. No, no one can. None of us can afford this. The fully furnished
I definitely
basement.
can't.
Hell no.
Oh, they got a GS3 down here. What the hell is this? A VES?
Wow. Wow.
Have you
They're
found
into the dude, they're into retro gaming. Look at that. The old NES.
Okay, we found the ghost room.
Wait,
Wait, there's a
I
ghost
think
here?
I think so. Cause well, our
Yeah,
breath.
it's in the room.
Zach says we can turn the Nintendo on and it's playing retro music. That is so cool.
Stop. Really?
Oh, I'm playing GS3.
That was me who threw the football. I'm trying to pick up the damn cross, but I guess I can't anymore. It's okay. Just see if it burns right there.
Somebody have the remote for the TV so I can play some GS3.
The ghost took it to their grave.
Damn it. Sorry, I spoiled it. You didn't spoil the cat thing. You gave us something we needed to know, Zach.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's to my right. Oh crap! There is the remote. Cool. How do I turn this TV on? Yes, I'm so close. Damn it!
The ghost down. Oh, I saw it. It's or was that that might have been
hello.
Sam. I think I
No,
just saw
it's not
Sam and like
Hi, TV's back on.
Sam walked
Just jumped.
All right, you guys have fun. TV's back on.
Sam and I
Oh,
walked past each other. We're like,
damn it.
ah! Like
Oh, I'm gonna die.
little girls.
You're gonna die?
Listen,
Don't do that.
listen, buddy.
Don't do that,
I
Merc.
just wanted to play PlayStation. Oh, damn it.
Oh,
Ow.
Merc, why'd you die?
not let this
Mark. Now we have to take pictures of your dead body and stuff and set up the dots all on our own and do all the stuff.
We have to figure out what the room is.
Well, I think we figured out what the room is.
Okay.
It's okay. I found something better than GS3.
Oh.
Merc, why are you teabagging your own body?
Why not? It's mine.
Look at this pantry.
Oh my.
It's a pantry.
They got any food in there?
Damn.
No,
It's actually a
hungry.
great hiding spot, though, to be honest.
there's no food in the pantry.
There better be. What do they got?
Merc's bent over the table. It was pretty awkward.
Yeah.
Merc. Oh,
The ghost wasn't too gentle with me.
ghost writing.
He loves himself. That's all. You damn right I
Ghost writing.
do. I wish as a ghost, like a dead player, I could step in salt and mess with you guys.
That would be
Dog.
great. That would be. Honestly, that would be kind of fun. Like how you could throw objects and shit. That would be so fun. But I think Nerdy's onto something with a Mayo mod for Phasmophobia. Just saying. I think we need to add a little Stardew flavor.
Oh,
That's just
burnt a
my
group pic.
fault. That's just my thoughts. I always get lost in this house. Why is it so motherfucking dark in here? Am I in the-
Can we get an only Merc? Too bad, Zach. Now it's happening.
See what?
All-
Was it?
all
Oh,
the
is it
Merc
hunting
acting
the?
available.
I need to like brighten my screen or something.
Well, it killed someone, and someone was me.
Yup. Let me see. Let me grab some more. I can't. Where's my? Okay. I keep losing my
I hear the ghost
indicator
walking.
circle every game. The little circle that's in the middle of your screen that shows you what the fuck you're pointing at. Hold on.
That's in options. Video. Scroll down to. I think it's video. No. Game?
Oh, that ghost is moving. Holy hell.
Game. Scroll down to cursor.
Oh, cursor size.
That definitely does book it.
Jet, you are all alone.
Yeah, I kind of died.
Oops. Oh, I mean,
Merv, even though it's not his fault, but I'm blaming him.
You
That's
mean
fine.
I'm all by myself? Like, I'm the only one alive. Oh, fart.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Let's grab some things. And I'm like trying to get my. Okay. Leave them. Are you playing Band Princess? No, I can't. I'm never leaving my friends.
What, you wanna install a cat condo for the cat?
Oh,
I mean, sure, why not?
that would be cool. But I'm gonna do my what? Who? Hold on, T. Start throwing things at me. It's a poltergeist. Oh no, mommy,
Uh-oh.
Well, get your guesses, guys.
No, mommy, no, fuck.
I'm gonna say it was an Aswang.
That's what I was guessing. An asswang, yep.
I should have just left them, nerdy. I should have just left them. I should have just picked a ghost and left them. God damn it. You were right.
I don't know who died in that house, but they did not like the way we treated it.
No.
I think we all died.
That was crazy. That house is good though. Nell's Diner. Yes. We love the diner.
The writer one, does that mean you played the Alan Wake event?
No, for some reason it was just unlocked when I loaded into the game. Same thing for Sam.
Yeah, same for me.
Oh. I really wanted to play that event.
I know, I still feel bad.
Shit happens. Life.
Summers just get really busy for me, which sucks.
Yeah. It you know, I feel like it's like that though for a lot of people, like summertime, like some and like my dad, like being a mechanic, like his summers were always busy because like that's when like the guys have like, you know, time on their hands and they come and hang out at my dad's garage all day long, and my dad's like, get the fuck out, let me work. But you know, we make it happen.
Oh, there's a power box.
I found the bone.
Nice.
How? Push? Oh.
What happened?
I'm stuck outside.
How are
E.
you stuck outside?
E to open the door. Oh, okay. Hold on. Because I'm pressing E on the wrong door. E to
I could have sworn I just saw you inside, unless that was Sam.
maybe.
Merc's seeing things.
I don't even know where I am right now.
I have to fix
You're in
my
the kitchen. But can you smell what the rock is cooking?
Oh.
I can cook some with deep fried steaks.
Ooh.
Diner.
Well, when are you gonna invite me over?
That actually sounds really
Oh no,
good.
I just took some steaks from the game and threw them in the deep fryer.
I actually like chicken fried steak. Chicken fried steak is so freaking good.
I've never had it.
It really,
I
it's,
don't think
oh
I've
my
ever
God,
had it.
it's so good, you guys. It's like the best of both worlds. It's like fried chicken and steak. Like, how could you go wrong?
That does sound really delicious. I think the ghost room's back here. I saw my breath, but it wasn't the freezer, so don't take my word for it.
Yeah, that's...
I mean, the freezer is supposed to be super cold, so...
Okay, do I have 3 items? Oh, hey! That's the one I wanted.
I mean, I did get some EMF in the keychain.
It's almost freezing.
Oh, where? In the kitchen?
In the freezer. And like I'm hearing stuff in here too.
Oh, wait.
In the freezer.
You joking? Is it back here? Oh no, these are
Might
the
be.
offices area, right? Oh my God, this game is so goddamn dark for me sometimes.
Yeah, I had to increase my brightness. For whatever reason, after the update, it was at 10%.
Same. I had to put it up to like 250, dude.
That's what we did before we started playing.
Yeah.
I don't know what I ended up setting it at, but yeah, it was just
Oh, the ghost is spewing whipped cream everywhere.
getting white stuff all over the ground, guys.
Where? I want to see.
Such
Oh,
a
oh,
wave.
where? Oh, where? Look at that. It's spewing.
Yeah, it's having a good
The ghost
time.
got excited. Are you here?
No.
Are you friendly?
I'm going to
No.
put the
Where are you?
crucifix right underneath the spooge. Because
The ghostly food.
Yes, the ghost. Oh, and we'll put some
Are you
lines
here?
of salt by the spooge.
Oh, so it's salty spooge. Cool, cool, cool.
I mean, well, isn't it supposed to be? Like,
That is valid. Oh, we got ghost writing.
the
Is it
legends
writing
have
a
it.
fanfic?
The legends have it that it is salty.
Did you get a picture of its fanfic, Mark?
That's a pretty intense fanfic. I can't wait for the second volume. Oh, and dots.
Ooh.
I think I need a picture of it. I'm not sure.
So what do we have so far?
Ghostwriting and dots.
And apparently EMF 5.
Ooh.
Oh, another double gas.
EMF 5.
Someone took a picture and got a picture of an EMF level 5.
Yes,
So it's
I
the deal the gas again. We're just gonna get some more evidentials now.
Oh, the door would not work. There it is.
I think I was working on it at the same time. Yeah, and they probably don't like it when like 2 players are pressing on the door at the same time.
All the quality of life updates, and they couldn't have fixed that one.
You know.
A ghost book.
That's what I'm grabbing.
Actually, I could. Sound recorder.
Yeah,
too.
we need a lot more. Looks like a lot more video evidence.
I'm bringing a candle and a motion sensor. Oh, a candle and a book.
Okay. I've got another camera. I'm grabbing these tripods.
So Crucy just burnt?
Ooh.
Yes,
Oh,
it's
that's a
good.
video.
Love that. Oh, and one of the things is cleanse the area.
Oh, I can do that. I have a
Well, I
smudgy
got
smudge.
disturbed salt. Not sure why it's so disturbed.
Well, you poured it in the ghost spooge, so that's kind of understandable.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's...
I did no such thing.
It's ghostly evidence.
Right,
Ghostly.
I got a video of ghostwriting.
I just got the sound of ghost writing.
Oh, a mist form, nice.
Ooh, and I heard...
And fire extinguish. So we need one photo. We need... Okay, we got all of our sounds.
Cool.
We've got a duplicated video, and we need one more photo.
We need medication.
Ooh.
No,
Like,
we don't.
desperately.
No, we don't.
Okay, 0%.
Oh, crap.
What are you talking about? I'm perfectly fine.
We need one more photo? Okay.
And we've got a duplicate video that we need to delete, then another video.
That's why I always put dots by the door. So I can find my way out.
Okay. So we need, yeah, one more photo, one more video.
Oh. There you go.
Thank you, sir. Hey, you guys.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Nope.
I should have left.
We got a duplicate EMF reading.
The heck?
Think I'll play, and I can text you if it's trick in my hand. That I was free. Now you won't stop calling me. It's kind of big. Stop calling, stop calling. Wow, we only need like there's like we're literally missing like one piece of evidence.
Wait, I think I already got a cruci burning for video. We need to delete that duplicated EMF reading. I know I didn't get a crucifix burning. I should have gotten that as a video. No.
Oh, never
Do
mind.
we have another crucifix in this room?
Okay, I got all the photos. Another cruci, I think, is
There's
in
one
here.
Yeah, I put it. It's near where the where
There you go.
the spooing whipped cream. It's near this cream spoo.
It stopped spewing. All the cream's gone.
Oh,
Ghost is spent.
damn it!
All right, there we go. I think we should have all of our evidence now.
Yay!
Everybody run for your lives.
Oh, and the cursor opacity. More than 0% actually.
Nah, you don't want to be able to see your cursor.
But it doesn't even fucking. It didn't even make it work anyway, so it doesn't matter. Deli gas. Okay. I don't want to talk anymore. I left my head in my heart on a
The
day.
gas. Yep.
We're getting a lot of those.
That's the third one we've gotten.
They really like us. We're
So wait, what was the first one? Like what have we gotten so far?
Um,
first one Delegast. Second one, I don't think we got it right.
we had a Dettelgast, a mare,
Oh, it was a mare. That's what it was.
a Tormos, and then the last two have been the Delegast.
Even the one where I was like alone.
Yes.
Yes, that was a Dettelgast.
And when I was alone and I sucked. Remember that part?
I guess I will hydrate. How dare you make me take care of myself?
Someone has to.
Shots,
That
shots,
is
shots,
true.
shots, shots, everybody!
Sure, you never said what he's hydrating with.
Aha.
That's right. Shots. At least it's not screaming shots at you. Shots, 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 shots.
As Auntie said, all hydration is valid.
That's right. Our fearless leader.
That's cool.
Did anyone
Okay.
happen to see where the fuse box is?
No, I let other people check that.
Yeah, and I'm still in the van getting all my bullshit together, so. Tee. Because for some reason, my cursor just wants to be a little bitch.
I'm too busy running around in the dark to find this breaker box you speak of.
Oh my gosh.
Did I say on how you adjusted the
I'm just watching
settings
Jet wander around the parking lot.
Well, I don't know where the hell I'm going. You know, if you say, hey, follow me, pal.
Follow
Yeah,
me, pal. I'll help
Follow
you.
me, pal.
Thank
Instead of laughing at me.
I wasn't laughing. I was just watching.
But you know what?
Jet,
I would
honey,
have.
the ghost is in here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Did you guys know that you can turn on the electricity in this game?
Wow.
I was unaware of this.
Oh, okay. Do you
Or
also
the
know that you can find ghost orbs with the camera sometimes?
That is
Uh-huh.
what is a revelation.
Oh, that's so cute. The little lighthouse playhouse thing. That's adorable.
How's it going, Sam?
Oh, it's so dark.
Oh, there it is.
There's what?
I found light.
Yeah, like I said, you can turn the light on.
That is a hell of an update.
Also, you can find ghost orbs with the camera.
I think it's the ghost room.
You found the ghost room.
I'm not sure.
Is it the
Where
one that
is the
has
one?
ghost orbs in it?
Okay, I'm gonna make this cursor like a gigantic.
Okay.
And oh my god, you have to make the cursor like 150,000%. Hi, Nippy. Oh, Nips.
Hi, Nippy.
Hi, Niffy. Did you know you can turn the power on in this game?
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
Hey, I think I found the ghost room.
You did? Where?
Good.
Pretty
Is
sure
it
I
the one-
found it.
Is it the one with the ghost orbs?
And
know-
with the ghost book and stuff.
Wow. Oh, this place is so cool. I love the updates that they did. They like got some like they must have had some Sims players come in here and like furnish this
Did you
place
find it, Merc?
and
I did find
furnish
it.
this place.
Okay. I'm proud of you.
This is
Jet, were you a secret game developer for this game and you're just not telling us?
sorry. No. I wish. Bro, I wish. Oh my god. I bring all my Sims knowledge to the table. Like, yes, let me. Oh, somebody put out the. Oh, I'm stuck up here in the dark. God damn it.
But
Fuck.
what are you? What the heck in Niffy? What's going on?
Niffy's probably what the heck because they want to play the Phasmos with us too. You know what I'm gonna do?
I know, I promised Nippy that I would find a day that we could do Phasmo together. Because I feel bad I haven't been able to do Phasmo with them.
We'll have to
You
do.
lied.
We will have to
Rude, Merc. Rude.
for sure. I just put dots on the wall just so I can like see where the fuck. I'm using the dots as lights. Okay,
Okay.
you can take them down whenever you want. Oh. Damn it, this game. Like, I turn around and I'm like walking into a black abyss. You have to, like,
Do you want me to guide you to the truck?
You might have to.
hold on. I might need to, like, just put my
Okay, just-
actual
so-
monitor brightness. Hold on, let
No,
me.
You can go into options and it should give you an option for like to brighten up your screen.
Yeah, I did that. I put it to, like, all the way to, like the brightest it could.
Did
And-
you do like the eye shield thing?
Yeah, if you turn off eye adaptation, it should definitely help
Yeah, it should really brighten it
Okay.
up for you.
Okay.
under video.
Ooh, oh, I like that. Eye option.
UV, just so you know.
Oh, UV, cool,
Oh,
cool.
yeah, it's a Hantu, guys. I don't know if you guys knew that.
I have done absolutely no work this entire time.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm like trying to fucking see. Okay, so I have that. Skylight. Do I want
What was
skylight
that name?
shadows? Shadow resolution. Ambient occlusion. Film grain. Chromatic aberration. Eye adaptation off.
Yeah, get rid of that eye adaptation.
Oh
It's
my
really
god,
gonna help.
holy fuck!
I told you.
Yeah,
Now I can turn down the brightness.
It's haunting, and someone's gonna die.
I'm probably gonna die because my brightness is like 250%.
I'm outside, safe. I tried to go back for more stuff, but
Well,
You know what?
I don't think it killed anybody.
I mean the door still locks. I mean, everybody sound off. Y'all still alive? in there?
Legitimately
We're all still
cannot
alive.
see a goddamn thing on my screen though. Hold on. Do I have? I
Ring
thought
the
I
bell
had.
for my lost brethren.
I'm like standing in front of the stupid kid thing over here. I can't. When I tell you, I turn around. I look at this children's lighthouse. It's lit up like a Christmas tree. I turn around. It's black in front of me.
I'm glad we could help you. There are some settings they added with the new updates I just did not agree with.
Yeah.
It's crazy town. Like I'm like, did I just turn? No.
Okay. Well, we got a duplicate photo. We need all the sounds and almost all the videos.
Hunting.
Oh shit, yeah it is. That just scared the hell out of me. Okay, I'm back.
Way to go, Merc.
Okay, yay!
That was the hell, Phasmo.
You literally just jumped.
It just came out of nowhere. I was trying to go upstairs.
So I'm pretty sure on the first
Oh,
hunt,
God.
I sprinted away from it, and that was enough to get it to lose interest.
Well, it was definitely interested in me because that was violent.
Wow,
Yeah, 'cause you're a
okay.
cutie.
God damn, that was crazy. It's
Oh,
definitely
no.
something like and also like my monitor settings are what's the word? Just
So are we wanting to get more evidence, or we could just leave Merc behind?
Joke's on you. I'm right behind you.
Ah! It's up to you. What do we I'm sorry. I like didn't even get my stat or my evidence down. What did we say it was?
It's a
Okay.
Hantu. We got ultraviolet, freezing temps, and ghost orbs.
Okay. Storms, ultraviolet, freezing temperature, Hantu. Okay. I say we
I will
go.
forever love. I'll forever love Jet's reaction to getting the brightness turned up.
Oh my fucking goddamn
All right,
it.
we gotta cleanse this of evil spirits that may have lingered here.
Like
Joke's on you. I'm not
Oh, it was a
evil.
mimic.
proper.
Oh, we got mimic.
Oh,
No.
Yeah, I still made $200 even though I died, so I'm good with that.
I mean, they do mimic other ghosts, so it's now though. My other monitors.
Hello. Thank you. Thank you. Can I play the video game? I enjoy the kisses, but
Okay,
you're
as long
interrupting
as
my
every.
game time.
No, you must give all the kisses.
Oh.
I know, baby. I know. Oh, yeah, baby. You're the baby. Yes, you are. You're such a good girl.
it's the biggest
I
baby.
say remote
That is true.
menu.
What? Don't you look at me with them eyes. Don't you do that.
I'll look at
That's
you
not
with any
right.
eyes I want.
You can look at me with those eyes, Dragon.
Alright, let's go to the farmhouse.
Okay, I gotta hunt ghosts, so you gotta go somewhere. You're in my way.
Okay, fine, I'll leave.
No, no. Hell. Stop it.
Now she's sad.
She'll be fine.
We have a very sassy dog.
Tell me about it.
Kyle Gayton.
So we're looking for drywall and Monster energy drinks.
I guess so.
You don't know the joke about guys named Kyle? They like to punch drywall and drink Monster energy.
Yeah.
And they're almost always in construction.
It's like a whole philosophy around the name Kyle.
Mm-hmm. It's so true. Okay.
Babe, if we have a son, we name him Kyle just to find out.
No.
I'm willing to test this theory. Can we name our daughter Kyle?
No offense to Kyle's, but I like another name better. So no.
I don't,
I
you
definitely
know,
have nothing here.
I don't
found
think I would
tarot.
mind being like a female named Kyle. It would be kind of, oh, hey, I can see my breath right here. So, and I'm playing with the light switches.
Yeah, the temperature is like 5 in here.
Okay.
Oh, so I should have the creepy attic? Okay.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
So I think it hit the breaker on me again. It did. Breaker
Here.
on.
Book there. Crucifix.
The master bedroom.
There. Oh, I have ghostwriting.
Oh, cool.
Yep. Just wrote.
You got a picture of it?
Let's see. Ghostwriting. We do have a picture of ghostwriting.
Whoa. Oh, bathroom.
Oh, and now we have a video of it.
Nice.
Oh, I need a camera.
Might be helpful.
EMF. Did that count? Yeah, we got EMF reading also.
EMF.
Oh, here we go.
No, just
Ew.
EMF reading.
How you guys are seeing in the dark and like my, if you would see my monitor.
Ultraviolet. Mark, take photo.
I got the ghost feet.
We can sell that online for some pretty good money.
Hell
They come free
yeah.
for that.
Heck no, I'm keeping that for myself.
I'm like so lost.
It could be a demon.
So be careful.
It could be. That is true.
Am I looking at the floor? Okay. Okay. All right. All right. I was looking at the ceiling. Where am I?
Okay, you see my lighter?
No, I don't. I see nothing. Okay, I see the room.
Footprint.
Oh, we got those.
Wasn't sure.
Why does it get so dark for me?
I don't know.
Like, it's so bizarre, dude. Like even if I have like the headlight, I mean, oh no, that's a camera. That's not a light. I need to get myself a dig. God, thank you, Merc. I need to get myself a motherfucking flashlight. I'm so dumb. Sometimes my screen is like, the brightness is like. All right. All right. All right. All right. Now I can play.
It also doesn't help that we're not using light switches. And who moved the tarot cards down here?
Not me.
Move the what?
Dragon.
What?
You know darn well what.
I don't know what.
You do.
Out there.
How dare I help us by bringing stuff in here, Merc? Oh, it's moving stuff.
It is doing the moving.
What else do we need?
Either freezing, EMF, dots, or spirit box.
There we go.
Okay.
I want to be able to see chat. For some reason, my like monitoring monitor shut off. Lovely. We love when things just turn off.
The monitoring monitor. Okay.
Yeah, you know, my second monitor.
Well, I'm gonna steal this teddy bear.
That's no
Are you
noise.
here? Are you friendly?
What's
Where are
your
you?
name? Where?
How old are you? What is your name? Even though it's in the truck, I already forgot. Oh yeah, Kyle. How did I forget Kyle?
Kyle Gayton.
Kyle, I have a white monster.
Are you trying to make this Kyle
have a-
into a trans femboy?
I realized what I said after I said it. I refuse to take it back.
Oh, and now he's haunting. And now Kyle is haunting. Apparently
Kyle
they
wants the white
really
monster.
want that.
Kyle, no.
They really
Kyle,
want that.
no.
They really want that monster claw.
Yep, Kyle took my white monster.
Phrasing,
Yep.
Merc? Phrasing?
Nar. I ran.
Well, it didn't help that he killed me by the chair that's facing the bed. So I mean,
You mean he killed you by
so
the
you
cuck
were the
chair?
cock. Got it.
Sorry.
Oh, look at all the puppy
and the
dogs.
crucifix burned, so now Kyle has a burning sensation. Over here.
Right.
The crucifix has a burning sensation.
Have we gotten what the last evidence is?
Yes, I just heard this spirit box go off.
It's the
Okay,
cuck
so it's
chair.
a poltergeist.
Yeah, and it's growing a lot.
Oh, it threw it all right. It threw it back
Yeah, it threw you.
like a rag doll.
Poltergeist.
Merc.
Freezing. So what did we have? No, we didn't have freezing temps. We had
Ultraviolet, ghost writing, and spirit box.
hell yeah. I just like to I know that like you don't have to have them like like 100, you don't always have to have it like cut.
Circle.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sam.
Yeah.
My OCD makes me have to.
Me too. Thank you, Sam.
Yeah, like my OCD, I'm like, I know I could just circle like the ghost, but I need to circle everything else.
Right, because what if the game says this one particular game that you have just played, you need
You needed it or
yeah,
something. No, I get that.
exactly. They're like, no, fuck you, you lose. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
no,
ruin
I
it
get
for
that.
everybody.
Okay, so we got poltergeist.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
And I have a little Charlie. I have a little Charlie poltergeist.
Okay, so we've got some evidence.
A little Charlie geist.
Have you guys seen these cool cards? They're right there.
Oh, are they the tarot?
That's
They
cool.
might be. They might be.
Yeah,
Mm.
typically you don't get points for bringing stuff into the truck.
Is that why Kyle attacked me? Because you pulled tarot cards?
Huh? No. Why would that happen?
Bye, Kyle. Call me.
My God.
Hey, I'm not some one-time fling kind of gal, okay? I have standards.
Why would Kyle attack you if someone pulled a playing card that said Diath?
What?
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 Are we ready for the campsite now?
Oh, sure, just change the subject.
I say nothing. Oh shit. Oh fucking shit. Sorry.
You're good.
Oh hey, monitor came back. All right. Yay, we did it. Ready up. They're here. Witness poltergeist activity. I love it. I love that.
Dragon wants it. Woo woo.
You rolled her for Kyle. That's why he attacked you. He wanted those.
Hold on. Well, from now on, when I play this game and I find a ghost named Kyle, I'm just not offering the white monster.
Yeah, please.
Kyle was a little too rough.
That really made them mad. Like
Yep.
that was the wrong
How
kind of
dare you, Mark?
that was the
dare you.
wrong kind of Kyle.
Kyle put me right through that drywall.
Oh, I see. Oh, you know what? I kind of like.
Kyle, this is Andrew Roswell.
They give you the light. What, Frank? Why are you sitting on top of the litter box and meowing like you're a little lost baby?
Dragon, did I ara for you? I don't remember.
No, you didn't.
Ara.
Oh, gotta get
I
that.
probably did, and you just wanted a freebie.
No, I would never do that.
Oh, this.
Now, where is this generator?
This flashlight is useless in here.
We have power.
Hey, don't take my earbud out, you little so and so. Okay, there we go. Let's see. I have my crucifix ready to be. Anybody in there? No. Hello. Oh, what's this? Oh, this is like the big camping. This is like the big tent. Look at this. Fancy. Fancy in here. This is the party tent.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Must have been from that lettuce.
Yeah, I never trusted lettuce. So
Yeah,
I mean, it's a good time to not trust lettuce. I found the room.
hell yeah. I always felt like it was just filler. Like the filler of foods, lettuce, you know?
I just
And
got
it just
something.
like makes it a salad. Where oh, is it in the are
Ghost
you
orbs.
in the are
Little
you
tent thingy here.
oh
It's in the tent, not outside the tent.
ooh, okay. Oops.
Like much
Someone
warmer.
chewed my earbud.
sorry.
Give me a sec. I'll be able to hear you in just a moment. That's why I bought 3 of these.
Is there something?
No, Dragon just likes to
You
walk us in place.
little so-and-so ate
You
my
would never.
earbud. Protect me. I don't know where I am, but protect me while I...
Merc just likes to blame me
while
for
plug
things I
in-
did.
For very good reason.
Okay, I'm ready. I can hear now. I can communicate.
Come back. Merc's blaming me for things I did.
Oh.
I know, how rude.
Oh, hey, UV.
Yep,
I feel
I
like
already got a photo.
I'm missing the party, and I'm like, where's the tent? Where's the party at? Somebody shoot up a flare.
Where are you?
I don't know. I'm by a bunch of tents. I'm by a red tent, a white. They're like, wait, no, kitty, don't eat my thing. I'm in front of a white tent that looks like a half of a tube.
Are you here?
No,
Okay.
Merc. That is not there.
I'm in front of the totem.
Are you friendly? Where are you?
Oh, there you are. Hi.
So if you
Oh, we have
go
freezing temps.
to the left right here is where Merc the cutie is.
Freezing temps and ultraviolet.
We have a Hantu. Wait.
Double check that's not
Oh.
a mimic.
Yeah, I'm gonna spirit box it. Are you here? Are you a mimic?
Look
We
at
also got a mimic, that's
that.
Are you friendly? Are you a mimic?
Hey, I can put on my
Are you
things
lying?
that I brought with me. Yay! I'm being useful now.
How old are you?
Merc, I keep telling you, you're not supposed to ask them how old they are.
That's rude.
That's usually what I get my responses from, though.
So,
Would you
What's
like
this
a
ghost
White
name?
Claw Monster Energy drink? Oh no, that's like
Andrew,
2
do you
things
want
at
my white
once.
monster?
Oh,
Andrew does not want the white monster.
that's 2 things at once.
Maybe Andrew does. Just whisper it in my ear. So,
Hey.
are you here?
Whisper
Are you
sweet
friendly?
nothings. No, something. Oh, I hear heartbeat in my ear. I just heard heartbeat.
I just saw the ghost.
Are you here? Are you friendly?
Ah,
Where are you? Are you scared? Show yourself. How old are you? Talk to me, damn it.
No.
And a burn cruci.
Yeah. And I think we got that on oh, we got it on video. I think. Paranormal laughing. Interaction. That's cool.
I don't think it's a mimic because it hasn't spoken to me. It might not like me. I'm not entirely sure.
Mm. Let's see, what else do we need?
Are you here? Are you friendly?
Virtual insanity.
Where are you?
Prevent ghost hunting with crucifix. Repel ghost with incense while it's chasing someone.
We did not repel it for Dragon because Dragon's dead.
Yeah, oh no.
I got a picture.
Mark just always keeps trying to get me killed.
Someone needs to escape with as well. Oh, what are these bottles of liquid?
What bottles of liquid?
There's a bottle of liquid in the truck.
Probably salt.
It has like a pen, a pentagram,
pentacle?
pentacle on it. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, that'd be salt.
I thought they
It's
were in
black
little
salt.
jar. Oh, black salt, like for protection.
Also, do you know what a pentacle actually is?
Out of a who?
A pentacle.
It's earth, air, fire, water, crystallized into spirit, which is us.
Well, so a pentagram is the star. When it's encased in a circle, it's a pentacle.
Oh, okay. That's kind of cool. Oh, shit, it's doing something.
It's hunting. I'm dead.
Oh, yeah, you oh, yep.
Put it on video. Put that on video.
Great.
Well, I'm glad that Merc could get on video.
Yeah. Where's the video? Is there a photo camera? I'm like looking on the ground like, is there a camera anywhere? You guys didn't leave us a photographic camera. Not to step over your body. Oh, there is one?
Over where Dragon's dead. Behind this barrel.
Oh. Where's behind the barrel? Or here?
That's my dead body. Dragon's dead in the tent.
By the way, you guys might want to come take meds.
I'm dead.
Yep, Jet's alone again.
Oh no.
How with 0% is Jet the one alive when Sam had like 15%?
This Hauntu doesn't discriminate.
I was trying to get video.
It doesn't like. Okay. Where's Sam now? Sam died too? Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm going the wrong way.
No, you were going the right way.
I was? Oh, okay.
Oh, and now Jet's dead.
No!
How
No!
dare you
What
let
ghost
Jet
do I
die,
click
Merc?
on? What ghost do I click on?
I was trying to help.
What ghost do I click on? No, wait a minute. Wait. Okay. Yay. Okay.
Towards these big gates. Yep, keep going.
We get.
You gotta pull them. There you go.
Yes! We're fucking all down!
Jet's alive.
Oh, hell yeah! Okay, what ghost do we want? What,
Merc says it's a Hauntu.
Okay.
It's probably a mimic.
Well, we're gonna go with Hantu, just, because it's our fearless leader's choice.
Because Merc, the cutest one of us all, said that it was a Hauntu.
Right.
That would be the worst thing for a leader. I will do a stretchy stretch.
Yay!
Hey, it was a Hauntu.
Yeah, because you're a cutie.
Ads in 32 seconds, friends. Sorry for not warning you sooner. But
I always forget to warn of ads. I forget to do a lot of things.
I know. Thank God for Saribot.
Yeah.
Just, it's like, hey, ad break coming up. So what's next? What's next?
I don't know, you guys being a cutie. I think that's what's next.
Ooh, random. I like random.
Sure, we could do random.
I saw someone with their little badge on random, so let's do it. Dragons like little like thumbnail for their ID has like the hat and the beard and everything, and Merc's only has like a line across the forehead for the hat brim.
It's great. Oh, we're going back to see Kyle, maybe.
Oh, hell yeah.
No, it's Maria Garcia now. Sorry.
Oh, oh, Kyle.
Although maybe Kyle
Kyle's
transitioned.
still there.
You never know.
I'll still submit.
Maybe Kyle's still here.
He, Kyle could be still here. Kyle could be with Maria. Yeah,
And I'll walk.
could
I
be
mean, maybe that's
Maria's
why you were up on the
girlfriend.
couch there.
Hold on.
What are you doing?
Hold
Okay.
What are you doing?
Aww.
Nothing.
This house is so damn big. It's kind of cool though. I like all the paintings
big.
in it. And all like the
So you want me to Elmo voice?
pet pictures.
Do it.
on.
No, I have to clarify. When you say Elmo voice talk to Kyle, do you want me to say that in the Elmo voice or just talk to Kyle in the Elmo voice? What do you
Ooh,
want me
I
to
can
say to
see
Kyle?
my
in the Elmo voice?
breath in this hallway.
You can see
Should I
your
go
breath
back
in
to
the
the-
hallway.
Yeah, up in the upstairs hallway.
I'll
Like
do it
right
by the tuck
around
chair.
here.
Oh, you're going to the chair to do it?
Yeah, make it memorable for him.
Oh, look at
Hold
that.
on.
Here we go.
Hi, Kyle. I'm Elmo. Do you want my white monster? Elmo's ready for you.
That's too good, dude.
That was good.
Oh my god. The Elmo voice.
I do my best. It's still subpar. It used to be better.
Kids, all the kids in our family love when he does his Elmo voice.
Aww. I could imagine. Like that would be so cool. Though I was obsessed with like adults that could do like cool tricks, like, like voice things like that.
Yeah.
Like my uncle could used to be would do the Donald Duck voice all the time.
Oh, I
And
love that.
yeah.
I used to know someone that was good at the Donald Duck voice, and I used to love it.
Yeah, and it was my favorite. He was like, I can't even do it, but it was great. It's like
Summoning spider-shaped ghost that moves at remnant speed. That's evil.
It sounds evil.
That is very evil.
what?
Where are we at? Where's this ghost?
I
I don't know. It ran away when you were talking with Kyle. I think.
yeah, I was looking at this like little table over here and I started seeing my breath, but then not anymore, like right here. Like right around here, and then it went away.
Hello, you. I hope you're having a good day.
So
Kyle, I'm
who
in the
knows?
bath. I'm in the bath.
I mean, the temperature is a little low, but not like significant.
Right? Like it's not like, oh, freezing.
Wait, have we looked for ghost orbs?
I don't see ghost orbs on the camera. Random spider fact: spider rain is real. because spiders use storms to migrate in masses. I would be shit terrified. I don't like spiders.
Wow.
If it started suddenly raining spiders on me, I might cry.
Aw.
The dragon is where the ghost room is.
That would make sense.
Being really quiet.
I
Dragons
have
being
not
the
found the ghost
responsible
room
one.
yet. I don't think.
Okay.
I'll go in the spooky attic.
Also, there's no tarot cards, I'm sorry to say.
Oh,
Dragon
man.
was already in the spooky attic.
Yeah, I did too.
I stole a cool silver compact. We can pawn it later when we're done.
Right.
Is that what we're doing? Just robbing rich people now?
Yeah, I mean,
Is
goddamn.
that not what we were doing from the beginning?
Rob from the rich,
Well, then we gotta go
steal
back
from
to
the
the cat
poor.
place because I want that GS3.
Right? I want the NES or the VES or whatever it was.
That sounds like a fair trade.
Yeah, you can. I want the the vintage one. You can have the new one.
So it might be in the dining room. Nope, the kitchen.
Really? Oh, cool. Okay, so downstairs we go then.
Yep.
I didn't see any ghost orbs in here.
Grab you.
And I
I
found the
never
bone
looked
in
at my
here.
breath.
Damn it! It won't let me pick up this book. Fuck.
Oh yeah, definitely in the kitchen. Definitely kitchen.
Okay, coming with dots to the kitchen. Let me go around the corner. Thank you.
It's over here.
Jeez. Like getting
You know, for
stuck
such a
on
big house,
corners.
it's really small.
Thinking that kitchen is tiny
Um,
compared to the rest.
For real,
It
bro.
might be a server's kitchen.
Oh yeah,
That-
like a
that could be a
butler's
thing.
oh, that
That sounded like a
pantry
death thing.
opened. No, the pantry door opened on me.
Okay.
I took a picture of it just in case it was ghostly activities. There we go. And then that's dining room. This is living room. Yay! I'm getting the lay of the land.
Oh hey, UV.
Heck yeah. So we have UV and
Yes.
and that's it for right now.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'm gonna come on with the other video camera. Shake it, baby. Shake it. Shake it for me. One of my other favorite
EMF5.
things
EMF5, is
to
that what you said?
use though.
Yeah.
Did you get a picture of it?
I believe nope, it didn't count.
Paper.
There was one that counted.
Oh damn it!
Oh,
I'm
okay,
on the
that
back.
makes-
I'm in the.
Ooh. It got to 1 degree. It has to be 0.
Yep.
It has to be below 1.
Yeah, it was like right on the dot of 1.
Oh.
I know, I've been checking the temperature too.
I want to let me put this
Dragon.
camera.
Did you just throw your big meat at me?
Maybe.
Ah. Ah.
Throw it harder. There we go. This makes sense.
I just heard a okay, yeah.
Oh, yep, that burnt.
I got a picture of it.
And they're throwing our cameras all around too. That's flipped over. Throwing jars and shit all over the place.
Is poltergeist a possibility?
No.
Oh. Okay.
Because we have UV freezing temps, right? No.
No, not yet.
Okay.
I mean, we're getting real close.
Have we tested Spirit Box yet?
No.
No.
Do we have one in here?
Yes.
Are you here?
No.
Are you friendly?
Yes.
Active hate.
Yes, it
Oh,
is friendly.
It said actively hate.
Yeah, I heard that. Actually hate you. Or something like that.
Lulu.
It do be a Galiloo.
Okay, and we have candles going out. That wouldn't be Spirit Box though. Or would it?
You got spirit box. It
Okay.
said something.
Yeah, okay. All right.
We got a duplicate EMF 5.
Mm.
Oh, we can't delete it.
Yeah, because there was 3 that were 0 value of
Are you
nothing.
here? Are you friendly? Where are you?
In the van.
Oh, there we go. I got the sound recordings done.
Heck yeah.
No, we got 0 videos.
Uh-oh. Where am I?
I don't know
Oh.
where you are.
I went around. I decided to take the scenic route to the van this time.
Oh, yeah.
There's like a side door.
Yeah. Yep.
Hi. Hi. Hi.
Oh no.
I think this one's my favorite picture.
Which, let me see.
We bought a wedge of cheese in here, or is that
It looks like a pumpkin. Oh wow, the book has a little book light on it now. That's kind of cute. Like if you open the journal, it's got like a little book light on it. That's why it looks so bright and lit up. That's cool.
Yeah,
See?
That's cool.
Look at my little book light. Ah, I got a book light.
All right, Merc's going back in there, so we should leave.
Yes. See, the salt. Ah, the salt last time was in like the little.
Yep. This is upgraded salt. for even better salt.
Ooh. I love black salt. Black salt is so good. It's one of my favorite things to use. I'm leaving. Oh, I'm leaving from this plane of existence. Apparently.
Huh.
Was Professor
Guys, the little purple dot on the map disappeared.
Oh my gosh, and it's throwing around a pillow in here. And it was Professor Plum in the
The lounge.
in the lounge with the I don't know. Oh my god, no, my game. No! Wait for the game to respond. No, fuck. My game's freezing.
I would like to play Clue, yes.
No, mommy.
Yeah, we'll play Clue.
If don't be mad if I suddenly disappear from the game because it's not I don't know what it I have to close the program. Are you gonna lose if I leave?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
All right. Because I had to like.
Well, it should with the amount of time Sam's crashed.
That is true.
Wait,
Oh, because Phasmo always kicks you near the end.
usually, like the last run, like the last one or two run through.
Oh,
That
that's
would always
so.
make sense.
Huh?
Oh my gosh, Sam, that must be so annoying.
It is, and then me and Merc have been playing
Straight to deep.
Started Deep.
And she gets kicked from that too.
Stop.
It's ready for bed, or we have to do this, and like the game's just like, oh hey, remember how you said you were supposed to do something? Yeah, go do it.
Yep.
So it's like a good thing, but it's annoying.
Smell your fear.
Hold on. I know.
Hey babe, what's that in your hand?
The app smell your fear.
Well, I'll say it for you. It's an
Say it.
infest.
It's
No.
a smudge stick, Merc. It's a smudge stick.
There we go.
Stick. That's what it is.
Okay, there we go. Now I'm here. All right. Hey. Connecting with Twitch.
You know what I noticed? We're all in the back of the truck when we turn it on to leave. Who's driving the entire time?
There's a personal driver.
Yeah, there's a
You
guy
know, I've
driving
kind of
it.
wondered the same. Always wondered the same.
There's a separate driver.
Well, the driver needs to stop being the van princess and help.
Seriously.
That's his job, though.
No, it's the guy that's like, I got some jobs for you. He's just sitting in the front of the van.
That would make sense.
Sleeping.
So I got the best emblem ever now.
What?
What?
The cool cat emblem.
Hell yeah. Did you were watching someone's stream, weren't you?
It just showed up in the chat thingy. I think it's because I have yours up.
Yeah.
Oh, probably. Who?
Oh, someone just got raided.
Oh man.
Daddy Brom is raiding me for the first time. Welcome in, friends. We are playing Phasmo. To my left is Dragon, and to my right is Mercury. My
And the
two
Merc.
pals.
Yep, you're the Merc the cutie.
Yes,
that's
on my
correct.
right is the Mercury, and on my
Lies.
left is the Dracuity. And we are
No,
playing
That is true.
That's the lies.
Phas the Mo. How are you doing? Thanks for rating. Welcome in. How was your stream? What did you get up to? Tell me all about it. Did you win?
Are you winning, son?
I hope you got all the things in your game. What were you doing?
So many
Trying
wins.
to pirate, but the head seems unhappy today. Oh, I feel that. Ghost hunting is going pretty
Yeah.
good.
Arrow.
Especially now that I have figured out how to make my screen a little brighter to see things.
I mean, we're living more than we're dying, so I'd say that's good.
Need to see things and to live.
Very true. Yes. We're did someone
Where is-
did that bell just ring itself, or did
Oh, I do that all the time. I'm
Oh.
addicted to it.
Oh,
Mo's ringing the bell by
I'm
himself.
So Sam wants an ada and a ew.
Yeah, for the
Fine.
Raiders.
yeah, the brightness. Okay, so I'm gonna show you
See, nobody's
in your
reading that except for
options.
me,
My
so
buddies
it's,
showed me it's in video. If you turn off eye adaptation, look at that.
Where
Look at the
is the-
difference.
Oh, it's right there in the first area.
I'm so happy we can help you with that. Because I know that was annoying.
It's so frustrating. It is so frustrating, especially when you're walking around and I can hear you guys like, oh, I have dots. I got this. I got that. And I'm just like staring at a black, like a wall of black, you know, I'm just like, I want to help, but you guys, you don't understand and I can't do anything and I can't see. And
Like, I understand when a game wants to do immersive darkness, but there's just like a limit of how annoying it can be.
yeah.
You can't be any worse than us.
Yeah, you cannot be.
I mean,
You just do
Dragging
the,
over here, just outperforming everybody.
see, that's me.
like, I want to agree with you guys, but also there are people that are worse than us.
This is true. This is true. Before I knew how to play this game, I once watched my friend search for the key, which
Oh
is
yeah, there's
in
some
the-
of that too. Merc really enjoys getting me killed.
in
Yep.
the journal,
You,
the items. You know how
bully
like
me with tarot cards.
I do not.
you know how
Every
there's like find the
tarot
key.
There is no proof that I have ever gotten you killed with a first
Yeah.
object.
That is such a bold lie. You
Oh my
know it.
gosh. Who used tarot cards? Who's like, here's the tarot cards if you want them.
Exactly. See? Already planning to use them.
I haven't found the tarot cards.
I haven't found any.
Or any of them are on this one.
I don't either, to be honest.
Are there any cursed objects in here? Ooh, we got some bottles of
Probably
Jack,
somewhere.
though. And some demon liquor. And it looks like a bottle of Jägermeister or something.
I found a pirate hat.
Nice.
Arr, mateys.
Sounds good.
But
I have one.
I walked all the way up.
Yeah, I walked all the way up also. Also, was there a reason that we didn't have the power on?
I could not find the breaker box, and I too have walked all the way up.
y'all, guys.
Somebody circle home.
I was about to say, guys, come. I asked standing. I walked into the bathroom and I looked straight down. I was standing right in the middle of the motherfucker. No, I'm dying. She's right here. She's right here.
Why'd you do the summoning circle?
Oh, Jet.
Oh, Merc. Oh,
See,
Merc.
there is proof that Merc kills people with.
There's my
Listen,
body.
that's only my second summoning circle death today, okay? That's a good number for me. Well, my sanity is dangerously low.
You better get in and get some medicine. Get yourself some drugs. There's
Oh yeah, both
there's
of you are
plenty
dangerously
now.
low.
There's plenty now to go around. Plenty
you
of
guys
medicine.
found the room yet?
No.
No.
I like how I purposely get Jet murdered, and she still cares enough to tell me to go take medicine.
It's because I am a caring
I
soul.
haven't you guys
Caring.
found the room yet.
Oh, hey, bathroom ghost.
It's the first for my chest.
She really? Bathroom ghost summoning circle in the bathroom.
First, you guys all walk past the breaker. Then you're killing Jet instead of finding the room.
Like I said, there's no way that they can be worse than us.
There you go. There you go, Daddy Brom. There's no way. See that? Oh no, they took away the ghost. Okay, I was about to say. I need my ghost abilities to do the things. Do this.
Okay, well.
Ultraviolet.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Alright, Ultraviolet. Okay.
Step outside.
And anyway,
Well.
go.
Well,
I think we got a duplicate.
are you here? Are you friendly? Where are you? Are you here? Are you friendly?
Oh,
Where are you?
was that the?
Why are
They
you
just.
doing spear box, buddy?
How old are you? Are you scared? What is this ghost name?
Carol, I
Carol.
think.
Carol.
Oh.
How you doing, Carol? Are you here, Carol?
It was a grandma.
Okay, we got all our photos. We need 3 more videos and 2 more sounds.
Let's see. I want more objects.
And that is a burnt crucifix.
Woo!
Yep, it's angry.
Angry.
We didn't have dots or EMF.
No. No, we don't have dots. We don't have EMF.
No ghost
We don't-
writing.
How
We
dare
don't
you?
have ghost writing. We don't have spirit box. Oh wait, yeah, we do have EMF. We have ultraviolet EMF and ghost orbs.
So that
Oh.
makes 3 evidences.
Obake.
Yeah.
Kuda Obake.
Yay! Obake! Woo!
Boy, your guys' sanity isn't very great.
Wow. Sam.
I know,
Ember?
0%.
Sam's like about to die. It's like 1%.
And Sam or Merc ate all of the rest of it.
Like a meme.
Well, I clearly had the lowest sanity.
Merca.
Merc, you didn't even have the lowest sanity.
You can't prove that anymore.
You forget that your stream has rewind, and I can go back and get a clip.
That's just unfair.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
I made $500.
Hell yeah.
You made $500?
Well, I made more, but I got an extra $500.
Oh, I was gonna say I made like 1,400 and something.
I can't tell how much I made. It didn't tell me.
You should be able to click debriefing and it'll tell you.
Oh, there we go. Boop boop boop. $84. I just didn't do the little like tally thing. Like my XP didn't go up, so I didn't.
All right, where do we want to go?
I like random. Always like a random. I mean, let the computer decide, not.
Until we get sent to prison or Sunny Meadows.
Yeah, and then we're like, let's quit. Repick.
Oh, random likes the farmhouse.
Going back to Kyle. I cannot get enough of Kyle.
Maybe Kyle can't get enough of
Tatiana.
us.
Tatiana this time.
I must really like you.
Also,
Think
Kyle keeps
so.
changing his name.
Either that or Kyle keeps cheating on me.
I like that name. Yeah. You pronounce it Tatiana?
Katiana, I think.
Tatiana.
Tatiana.
Tatiana with the incense.
Yeah. Her name is Tatiana. And one of our nieces is Tatiana.
Seriously? You mean Catalina?
Yeah. Okay. Kind of sad I forgot her name. Call her Cat.
I call her salad dressing. Well, I'm sorry, but when I found out that they were naming it Catalina, adorable child and beautiful name, do not get me wrong, but my first thought was salad dressing.
Yeah, my best friend. named her
Honestly.
dog.
Like, I am not throwing any shade towards them or their child's name, but salad dressing.
All the shade only at the child. How dare you?
Kara, what's up? Bingle bongle dingle dangle. The fucking Catalina
Catalina
wine
wine
mixer.
mixer. Yes! Babe, we should watch Step Brothers later.
I don't know if I've ever seen Step Brothers.
So good. It's such a
dare
good
you.
movie. Oh, Jen, thank you for the shout out for Kara, for Sheesh Kara. This shouting from Jen. Everybody go follow my Jen. Anyway. Resume.
Resumes.
Where did we decide? Or we have not decided what the ghost room is yet now.
We have not decided. I don't think.
Okay.
It might have decided.
Well, I'm guessing it probably decided where it's taken up residence. We just need to find it.
Enjoy your lurk.
Thank you,
Have the fun,
Kara.
I found the
Oh, it's
phone.
not a snake plant. It's some kind of fern.
Oh, you have to move.
You know she's not going to.
I can't see half my screen because of her.
I think we're in the no. What house are we in?
The
Please,
farmhouse.
no.
The
Please do.
Please. Okay, yeah.
Is it outside, maybe?
No, in the old Willow Creek, there's a snake plant that Kara loves. It's her favorite plant in the whole game.
Okay, our sanities are doing still pretty good, guys.
Cool. I'm
Also,
looking
apparently
around in
311.
circles. What is this? Ooh, fancy TV room in here. Oh, is this the cursed object? It's a mirror? Or is it? No, it's an oval mirror. Never mind. It's just a plain mirror.
I just checked outside. It wasn't out there. I'm going upstairs.
Aw,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
What?
Nothing. You'll find it.
Oh no.
Maybe.
Oh no.
What is happening? Where is Dragon hiding?
I don't know.
The world may never know.
Mama.
Oh,
Why?
Oh, dragon's dead.
Huh?
I got the picture. Going up to the attic, so I'm assuming it's probably in the attic.
Hey, I said that's the one place I didn't look.
It is definitely the attic. Holy hell.
Yeah,
Yes.
pretty cold.
The
Oh. Oh yeah. Huh. A dragon.
sea dragon, it wasn't me this time, so quit blaming
It
me.
definitely was you. It definitely was you.
It was me.
Tired of your accusations.
Oh no, 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 no. Please, I'm just trying to put the dots. No, it killed me. Fucking fuck.
We just got up there.
I was trying to put the dots on the wall and it started hunting
It
me.
hunted me pretty high.
Possible demon?
I'm gonna say
Babe, your sanity is dangerously low. You should probably get out of there and not turn the lights off.
mm,
Nah,
Or
turn
you keep brave and
the
keep
lights off.
videotaping.
I'll take one for the team.
So we for sure have ghost orbs.
oh, okay.
yep.
I put a crucifix downstairs. So that's probably why it went upstairs.
So not a demon then.
Yeah. So,
They seem to enjoy the thrill of the hunt. So we need ultraviolet, ghost writing, and freezing temps for that.
Also, I don't know who got it, but someone got a video of a dots ghost.
I
Hmm.
did.
Yeah, Sam did.
So that's two evidences.
So dots and what else?
Ghost orb.
Ah, thank you. Okay. So Banshee, Thay, Yokai, Yurei Raiju. Well, Banshee, we haven't heard any,
I'm dead. Holy hell, that scared the crap out of me.
Oh, way
It
to
is
go, Mark.
female, so it could be a banshee.
That is true.
weaken their target before striking.
You are the only one living. It literally came right around the corner and just stabbed
I feel
me.
like that makes sense because everybody is so low so fast and then we die like
Should we just say it's that then?
What are we saying?
Banshee.
I mean, sure, we could say it's a banshee.
I unfortunately never made it upstairs to drop salt with the UV light, so
That's what I was trying to do, and then Merc got me killed.
just take all 3 drugs, babe, and then go up there and drop salt.
Sure. You want me to?
You gotta believe in yourself.
Diogen require a lot of energy.
There's already a light up there, so you just need the salt.
Yokai.
Oh,
Yep.
What make you? I simply
Talking
asked.
near a yokai will anger it.
Don't worry. We'll all blame Merc if he dies.
that works.
I'm used to it.
One dead body, 2 dead body,
Ooh, a Yuri.
3 dead body.
4 dead bodies.
There's 4 dead bodies.
Yuris have been known to have a stronger effect on people's sanity. Weakness. Smudging the Yuri's like haunting will weaken it.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
It was a Thay.
Ah!
How dare they?
How dare they? How dare they? Oh, Jen. All I see is like a little portion of Jen's bio, and it just says, "Hi, I'm Jen. She, her. I'm a gay."
Nice.
I'm a gay. Love it. Oh, Jen. It's
Come on, I hit start.
you gotta love, you know, the way like the little text box shows shit to you. Like you just look up and you see like some funny shit sometimes.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
And sometimes you just turn around and you have a cat staring at you because you didn't share any burrito with it.
Well, that sounds like a personal problem. That sounds like a you problem and not a me problem.
Hey, why do you keep bullying me like this?
Because you don't do it for me.
If you want an ooh and ara, you gotta pay like everyone else. Ooh, ara.
Wow,
So why
I
are
didn't.
you doing that?
I
Found a bone.
I think I feel like there should be a wife discount free.
Please.
Hey, I'm not a cheap date, okay? Oh, hey, summoning circle. I won't do nothing bad.
If you're performing your
Everybody get out of the house while Merc does the summoning circle.
oh,
I promise I won't do the summoning circle.
I'm out.
Yeah, he's not a cheap date.
I have standards.
It's standards. Okay.
Okay, well,
The Dollar General, what were your standards?
That's a low but valid blow.
Timu.
okay, time to get
AliExpress
more equipment.
standards or
No, they're more like Wish standards.
Timu?
She was in fact not shopping like a
Shein.
billionaire.
She was- Ghost, show yourself, god damn it.
See, that's what you gotta do sometimes. You gotta show authority.
Right?
Yeah, sometimes.
Just be like, gonna turn on my spirit box, throw it on the bed, and you know what? Just for good measure, taking your little
The
bunny.
ghost of the spirit box.
I'm taking the bunny. And throwing the ghost on the bed too if I can. You know, and I'm listening to Lady Gaga, and in the spirit of like phasmophobia and stuff, I think one of the best quotes from an interview she did was one of the someone asked her, what would you do if you could do anything without consequence? And she said, die.
That is
I
such a
was
Lady
like-
Gaga answer.
I was like, oh damn. And it but like, right? But like, dude, like what what a thing to think of too, dude. It's like, so I don't know. It's awesome. I love it.
I like how the ghost orb was found, but no one said a word.
Oh, we found the ghost orb down here?
I'm still struggling.
Dragon's just hoarding information from us.
I don't know what you're talking about,
With-
guys.
Wait, where is it?
Everybody has
Ooh.
been in this room since it's been found.
Through the kitchen. I have not.
You were just in it.
Yeah, because I just found it.
Sam was in it right after I found it. Jet put up the
dots?
the first dots and put the spirit box on the bed after I put the salt down and didn't notice.
That's just how much I pay attention.
I think Dragon's just trying to gaslight us.
Oh wow, there's a lot of sounds and shit happen. There's a lot of shit happening in here. I'm just gonna hide in this little corner.
We need one more photo. A bunch of videos. And some sounds.
Oh, just like a few things, one or two things, you know. Just one or two minor little,
2 or 10.
you know. I must have got it up. So.
1 or 2 or 10.
Okay, let's.
I still can't believe it's not butter.
You can't believe what?
Sam said she couldn't believe that she was in there, and I said I still can't believe it's not butter. That's my running dad joke.
How old are you?
I'm old.
Are you here?
No,
Are you friendly?
maybe.
I'm usually friendly, but if you wake me up,
I'm dead. I'm dead in the
no.
closet.
No.
Well, Merc, you're supposed to come out of the closet.
I didn't want to. It's comfy in here.
Did you just kill that man?
I was trying to find Kyle.
No, not my perfectly placed. It's like the best placement. There we go. Look at that.
Look at the time.
Oh, I forgot to
Time
turn
to
that
go.
on.
Time to go have Merc's sanity meds.
Did I turn it on? Yeah. Oh, finally, I turned it on.
Burn.
Oh, yep, we got a crucifix burnt.
Crucifix burnt. Since when?
Just no.
Just normal.
Ah, I can uncrouch. Where the fuck did it go? Is this one? Okay. Ah, that closed on me. I'm leaving. Bye. That door closed on me. Ooh. Ooh, I got a picture of the shadow ghost.
Nice.
I took a picture of the burnt crucifix.
We should have full pictures then, I think.
Oh, hell yeah. Very good. Let's see.
Oh, one was 0 value, apparently.
Oh, no.
You can get a picture of my dead body. I'll be useful.
I got it.
I don't need fire extinguish. Oh, there's another burnt cruise.
Got it.
Disturbed salt, so we need one more video. We also need one last evidence. It's writing in a book again.
Ghost writing.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see now. I see now.
What do we have? Ghost writing and what else?
Ghost orb.
Thank you.
What's the move?
Okay.
Well, it won't be ultraviolet
Why not?
or EMF
Mare.
because it would erase everything. You're looking for dodge, freezing, or spirit.
Well,
Yeah.
pretty dang cold in there.
Yeah, I was
Cold
about to
enough it can
say.
form ice.
Is it, do we have a,
It's negative temps.
Yeah, that's what I
Okay.
said.
that's
what I said.
definitely freezing temps then.
It
Cool,
is a
cool.
revenant.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, it's cold enough in there that it could form
Whoop, whoop,
ice.
whoop.
Yeah.
That would in
I
fact be
didn't know
freezing.
you meant like it's actually freezing temps.
It's like, fuck that tripod in particular.
Yep.
That's so good. Oh my gosh, is my sanity that low? Whoa.
Yep.
Hey, I found a bunny.
Yeah,
Mark stole the bunny.
it's my
He's gonna play
bunny.
Chubby Bunny with it.
That's right.
So everybody's got Revenant?
Yeah.
Yes. Let's do it. Ooh. I got a thing,
You got a thing.
an achievement. It was something
Nice.
about Revenant. I just like.
Oh, is that your first time facing a Revenant?
I guess so. That's that can't be. That can't be true. That's so weird. I could sworn Revenant discovered. Successfully identify your first Revenant and survive.
Mm.
Weird. I could have sworn that I had that we.
I don't know, maybe last time Merc killed you.
I've done no such thing.
You can't prove that.
Oh.
No. Oh, sorry.
You sound sleepy.
Yeah. It's the medication. It makes me yawn a lot. It's my brain meds. But if you want to do one last round and then
Sure.
head out, I think that's a good way to end it.
Alright, ready up.
We all have to survive.
Okay. Oh fuck, we're at the camp.
I figured it was gonna be the insane asylum.
I think this is a smaller camp though, so we should be okay.
All right. I have my flashlight. Yay! You don't have to guide me around like a grandma.
Leslie is
Yeah, it's a smaller one.
Leslie.
I wish.
Wow,
Oh
now
my
I
god!
can't see shit.
open your eyes.
Wow.
That
This
actually helped, I'm not gonna lie.
camp is dark.
Did? Well, that's good.
I wish Jen could play this game. Jen, I'm telling you, y'all, Jen. If it weren't so like because I can tell, I could see Jen getting very motion sick in this game. Someone's right behind you. It was right there. It was right behind you in front of this tent. I saw the
Just
shadow.
blew those lights. Huh.
It's glowing things?
Like a shadow ghost. Like right here.
Yeah, it blew the lights.
Huh, strange.
I so wish Jen could play this game. She would be so good at it. Oh, okay.
Hi, Dragon.
Hi.
Oh, I'm crouched.
Dragon, did you find the
What?
ghost room?
No, I'm just making a shrine in here.
Why are you gatekeeping?
Because it's funny to see how long it takes you to know.
Well, I was thinking, I think I see Dot over there.
I don't think Dragon likes ghost hunting with us anymore.
Right. Dragon just like took it upon
Merc keeps killing
themselves.
me.
I have done nothing wrong the past like 2 rounds, okay? I admit I had a wild side and I'm bettering myself. I am trying to be a respectable member of this ghost team.
Mm.
And I just heard Spirit Box.
Yep, it just said
Ooh.
an elderly. So that means Merc lied, and that there's an elderly victim of his here.
Hey, Dragon.
What?
Was there ghost orbs?
It's possible.
Was there ghost orbs?
Assuming.
Ooh.
I mean, if you check the evidence, it might be.
Yep. Okay.
You're not even telling us evidence. How bad did I hurt you?
Very, very. It's
Apparently, jeez.
I know, I'm sorry.
Like, this is levels. There's levels to this.
I know, it's like, tell me you hate me without telling me you hate me right now.
yeah, it left hurt. You're right, Ghost.
Oh, we have this
Yep, there
one.
was a tragic death too.
I love
This
how we
ghost
have
is
this
just not on my side right now.
one room lit up like a freaking Christmas tree in here. It's so good. Got all the things. Just like, give it to us. Come on, ghost. Give us that evidence.
I'm looking for.
Right in the book. Oh, we got a burning crucifix. Hell yeah.
I got a camera, and we'll get a picture. Cool. What else do we need in there? I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Like candles. We have a book. How about we did spirit box? We have orbs.
Yes. There was an elderly individual.
No cameras yet.
I got the EMF reading picture.
Nice. I didn't see
Freezing
any UV.
Freezing temperatures.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I got photo.
Never meant to make you doubt or cry. I apologize. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. I am for real.
So we have with freezing temps. Hey, Onryo.
Yep.
An Oreo.
Alright, sounds
Capture
really good.
2 unique paranormal sounds with a sound recorder. 3 videos with a video camera.
Wait.
Yes. If you trust me enough, we can get all of that with the Ouija board Sam just found.
Yeah, I was gonna say we could get all that evidence with
Because we could get the last unique video camera one and the last sound recorder one from that.
Ooh, you know I trust you. You know I trust you. Go.
Somebody does.
Do
Where is it?
it. Do it. Can I come and watch?
If I can find where Sam found
Yep.
it.
You can watch Merc get me killed.
Okay,
here
somebody
we go.
has to have the sound recorder ready.
Got the sound recorder going.
We're good?
Yeah.
No, because I can't see it with this camera.
Oh, it's not on the...
There we go.
Okay, just watch when it happens. Where are you? Okay. Never mind, it's doing a curse time. I tried, I swear I did not mean that.
Oh.
Don't trust me ever get... Kill me, ghost. I deserve it.
I opened the
Like I said, Merc was gonna try to get me
gate.
killed.
I sacrificed myself so you wouldn't die. I'm trying.
Always works though, usually.
I'm trying, Dragon.
Almost always that works.
Yeah.
So good.
Like the one time we're like, yeah, let's
Elderly,
do
yeah.
it. Rah.
Yep, an elderly died just now.
I
I
know.
like how I sacrificed myself so Dragon and no one else would die. And he's still mad at me. That's called redemption arc, okay? I think it's hunting again.
It might be.
Hey, Dragon, where are you at?
Still inside?
Oh, no, it's not hunting.
No.
Oh, then why'd the gate close?
Might have.
Oh my god.
Plus he
Oh. Ah!
Oh, it's ring around the rosy.
No. Why am I lost? Oh my god. Why am I?
Oh, Dragon is also dead in the bathroom.
You guys needed your second recording for audio. See, Merc, I get shit done.
Let's go.
I see how it is, Dragon. I'll remember this.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Boop.
Tell me who the least liked person on the ghost team is. Why don't you?
You're right, I am the least liked person on the ghost team.
No. It's untrue.
Yeah, you're pretty.
True.
No.
You're the most liked person on the ghost team. My XP is like. Love it. I love when it does that little. And it's just the numbers going up and up and up. Hell yeah.
Nice.
That was fun.
All the fun.
All the
Thank you for
fun.
having me.
No,
All
thank
the fun.
you guys for having me.
Always.
First,
And Dragon wants to bully me with one last ada ada. But I'll do a better one. It's terrible. Ada ada. There you go.
We also didn't.
Where's
There's an woo too. Ew woo. Did you lie to me?
Ew?
No.
Oh, okay.
I-
The woo didn't show up for me.
Maybe
That's
it's
fine.
no.
Sam would never lie when it comes to an uwu.
Exactly.
So who are we rating?
I don't know. Who are we
Um,
rating? You guys.
If you give it like a second, someone that is amazing just went online.
Oh, hell yeah. We love amazing people. Love it.
Okey-dokey.
They're also doing, I think, a swear jar for Doctors Without Borders.
Cute.
What is the name of this wondrous pen?
I will put them in the chat. One sec.
Thank you, because I can't spell.
I mean, I gotta make sure I'm spelling it right. You know.
I know. Look, oh, I got you guys. You sitting behind the desk with me.
It's so cute.
We look so cute together. We all do.
There you go.
Oh,
That's who we rate.
Kyberg! Hell
Oh, Kyberg. Okay.
yeah!
Yeah, Kyber literally just went live.
Okay, hell yeah. That'll be awesome. I love that. What a way to like start their stream off, kick them off with the raid. That's so good. That's perfect. All right, Kyber. Oh, they're playing Cult of the Lamb too. Oh, how fun. Oh, that's going to be awesome. Cute. Okay, so their commercials just started. So they should be almost done. Should be coming on shortly. I forget how to turn my BB. There. Now I'm
Look
not.
at you.
I turned my spooky lights off.
No, look at this cutie going up those stairs.
Yeah, you're going up the stairs.
You went up first.
No, you went up the first.
Oh, I love that. Double rainbow to call Max Chaos. Yes. It's such a good. And I have to figure out I'm able to do the dual the dual streaming like the one way, vertical and horizontal streaming, but I have to get the vertical one figured out.
Yep.
Because right now it's just me on a black screen. On a blank screen.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. All I know is Merc is a cutie.
Yeah.
No, you're a cutie.
No, I'm just super hot.
Super
That is true.
super hot,
Yeah.
cutie, super duty.
I'm all alone. Are they out of ads yet?
They're still on stream starting soon, but we can raid them probably.
I don't know. That's up to you two kitties, I think.
I'm fine to raid whenever,
Yep,
as long as they're aware that they are loved.
exactly. I think it'll make them come to stream sooner, regardless of ads.
Should I hit the button?
Let us summon them. Let's start the raid. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Ready?
Button press.
1, 2, 3. Pressed. And then we have to confirm it, as always. But thank you guys for hanging out. Have fun.
Thank you. Those
It
times always
was
fun.
as always,
Yes.
because you two are cuties.
You're a
Aw.
cutie.
You are
No.
cutier than the cutest of the cuties. All right.
Yep, that's Mark.
See ya. Rating now. Bye. All right. We just caused chaos in their stream.
Darn right. I need to.
Oh, good night. Good night, friends.
Good night, you two.
I love you.
Thank you for the fun.
Thank you guys
We
for
love
the
you too.
fun. Until Sam.
Thanks again for
I
having
was
me.
about to say. Thanks. Thanks, Sam. Good night.
Thank you, Sam.
Bye.